every object that's horrific is a routine object in your house. It's a piano. It's a chandelier. It's the doors in the house. It's the mattresses. It's a mirror. So these are all routine objects that become monsters. And I really like how this movie takes such truly like the banalest parts of life and turns them into horror. Because I think there's something much more true there in that you should be more afraid of your fingers getting chopped off in a piano than you should of a guy with a mask and a machete standing outside your door. Because you're actually more likely to lose a finger in everyday efforts than you are to be murdered by an axe or something. You really actually are. And that's the horror of life, is that you could be one of the 90 people every day that dies horrifically in a car accident. And we don't even fucking care because it's boring. It's a car accident. It's not a serial killer on a tricycle with a mask, you know? That's really exciting and interesting.
Why is he on a tricycle?
I don't know. I think that's
Why is a serial killer on a tricycle? What is that? That's like you've blended that scene from The Shining with the kid on the tricycle with the serial killer. I don't know. Maybe there's a movie with a serial killer on a tricycle. That is one of the least dangerous and scary modes of transportation for a serial. No, in a way, you're right. It actually is extremely frightening.
It is
serial
extremely
killer on a
frightening.
Tricycle. Yeah,
that's fucking horrific because that person's truly of another world insane. So you know that you're fucked. Like if someone's coming after you with a tricycle,
that's true. I agree.
I would give it up. I would hang it up. So that's, these are the things that we like to generally watch in horror movies. It's like, okay, aliens, monsters, these horrific beings that are like drooling venom and slashers and murderers, not your piano. But what's interesting about this film is that the director asked I think she was 11 or 12 at the time. He asked his daughter for inspiration to come up with these scenes of horror, and she specifically came up with the piano. She was saying, she's like, I'm afraid sometimes that the piano is gonna chop off my fingers if the cover falls. And that's actually a really understandable thing to be afraid of, because it's true, it's mundane, it's part of the everyday things that threaten us every day. So I think that there's actually something so interesting in this boring house full of regular items that come alive and threaten us. It's a really nice reminder that life is horror. And that's going to be the name of the podcast. Life is horror. But I like
Positive
this because
note.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good thing because it reminds people, I think, to stop being so ridiculously, utopianistic. You can literally go outside tomorrow, trip, and break your leg, and it'll never repair properly because you had a shitty doctor and they didn't do the things right, and now you walk with a limp for the rest of your life. That's the most banal kind of horror. An injury you sustained in a stupid accident that was made worse by someone that didn't really care about you and kind of half-assed did their job. And now for the rest of your life, you maintain a mild, annoying injury. That's
Keeping it positive.
Horror.
Keeping it positive on the podcast.